Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. This is a Mini Kit Monday process video. This is the third one I think I did for the month, and I am scrapping these two photographs of my sister and her daughters. They're my nieces, and they're in front of a wolf mural. My sister wanted to take a picture in front of it before they left, and I was going through my Mini Kit through the process when I had started, and then I had remembered that I had this wolf pack paper pad. Thank you, Dolly. I really love it, and I decided to use just a little bit of it. I wish I would have used more, but I was just trying to be a stickler for rules and try to use just my Mini Kit Monday. I couldn't go without just using a tiny piece of it. So essentially, I pointed out two of the journaling cards that it had right in the paper pack, but I only ended up using the one with the wolf, of course. A little bit obvious, but still, I love that I used it. And so I am using the hashtag selfie paper collection that I got at Tuesday Morning. Here I am using this little 4x6 paper from Heidi Swapp. It came with a wood veneer, so I figured it would be a quick use. It does have those same type of purplish magenta type colors on it, and I am also trying to use up some of this paper pad from Heidi Swapp as well, and I ended up picking up this like a yellow polka dot. I believe it's like a polka dot paper, and I matted both of the photographs. I did use that blue, it has like a watercolor feel to it, so I can make a strip down the middle of the page. And here you see that I turned over one of my scrap pieces of paper, or a paper that I had already started using, and I am layering 3 strips of this washi, 3 or 4, something like that. I end up making 2 strips so that I can put them along the blue. And it's just a different type of pattern that I introduce into the layout. I don't think it'd compete too much because it's not that bright. It goes with the color scheme, and the pattern doesn't compete, I don't think, with the what is that one colorful page that has all the lettering on it. I didn't think it would compete too much because the pattern isn't as bright, and it isn't it doesn't call too much attention to itself. Also, I don't think it competes so much because it is next to that quote-unquote solid piece of paper. So when I laid these down, I saw that it had some parts where the pattern paper ended behind the mats, and so I decided that before I stuck this down and folded it in half, because I had the idea to stick it on either sides of the ends of the photographs. You'll see that later on, but I do realize that I need something to kind of back behind the photographs themselves and the mats, and so I figured a tiny piece of this purple would be perfect. It's just so that there's no like stops to the mats. I don't know if I'm making sense. It's almost like an empty space. I didn't want that to happen with the photographs, and so I ended up backing the mats with that purple paper, and then I put this sticker, these black and white stickers. They have like hand-drawn dots. I put them on opposite ends of the photograph, kind of to help frame it some more. I did try to use this frame or Polaroid journaling spot. It's a journaling spot, really. It does. I don't know if it might look like a Polaroid, but I cut it out, and I do end up tucking it underneath the photographs, but then I end up not keeping it there. So I was just pointing out here that I want to make a hole where that background piece is to that wolf, and so I wanted to cut it out as well so that the words would show through. I think it's just a little fun, different type of element. It's on top of the paper, but it's also like I'm bringing the wolf into the page. I don't know if I'm making sense, but I just thought it would be neat to have the words also come through the legs and stuff of the wolf. So here you see that I do end up putting this piece right underneath the left side of the photograph. I had it on the right originally, and I do end up wanting to use this journaling card. I don't think I end up using it at all. It was competing too much. So I wanted to leave this in because I want you to see that I still look through all my stuff in the mini kit as my process, and just to see if there's any other elements that I could use. I usually try to keep to the elements. I really try to stick to the elements unless I realize or know that there is something in specific that is outside of my mini kit that I want to use. Other than that, I decided that I was going to try and put some of this white space part of the journaling card, but I don't think it ended up working out. I can't recall. This was a while ago. In putting the word there and removing the other pack of ephemera that I had on top of the sticker sheet, I noticed that it had that scallop, and so I brought that in. Then I wanted to go overboard and use all the stickers on the sticker sheet, but this banner didn't lend itself to what I wanted to do, and it was going to create that empty space between the banners. And for some reason, I just didn't want to do that. I didn't want it to feel maybe like the happy snapshot sticker was going to fall in between that empty space. I think that was my reasoning, or in my mind's eye. So I also found these florals on this Favorite Things sticker sheet set that I bought Tuesday morning. And then I go on to stamping. You can see I put flowers on 3 places. On the top right hand side, that red rose next to the happy snapshot, and then that orange floral and the yellow little ones down at the bottom right next to the wolf. I am trying to use up this chipboard set from Heidi Swapp, and I found this little one. I did also play around with the hello, that yellow word bubble, but word bubbles for me, it's one of those elements that I really don't like. I try to cut off the little speech and make an oval out of it, but it didn't work out. I do end up using one of the chipboards, and that's okay with me. So here I continue going through all my stuff, and I fast forwarded this part where you see that I added a bunch of enamel dots. The wolf was a very dark element, like it was just a big blob of black. And even though because it's a silhouette, even though I like that, I also decided that some stamping would go well, because I did already do it with that little stamp that says never leaving, and I put that over the little cell phone under that magenta heart, or magenta square with the white heart on it. And I did a couple of mistakes here. One was that I offset the image because I knocked the page when I was stamping, and 2 is that I didn't use the anti-static powder before I used the image to stamp. So that was a couple of the mistakes I did, but that was the last touch that I added to the scrapbook page. I haven't added the journaling, but I'll do that at a later time. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the other ladies for the Mini Kit Monday group, and also don't forget to check out our Facebook group. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I always love to hear from you, and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you in the next video. Bye!